Welcome to the Sprinkles of Spirit podcast with Lisayogaangel. I'm Lisa, and I am your host. I believe the key to living an inspired life is through living a well-balanced life in our mind, body, and spirit. Join me every Thursday for a journey of self-discovery and transformation as I share with you powerful practices and tools that will empower you to experience personal growth and embody self-love, confidence, and faith. I am so grateful to be here as your guide to living your best life now and remind you that you are exactly where you are supposed to be and you are loved beyond measure. Hi, everyone. Happy Thursday. Thank you so much for tuning in. So let's breathe. Wherever you are, go ahead and close the eyes. And take a deep inhale through your nose. And an easy exhale out of the mouth. And just be still for just a few moments here. Next breath coming in through your nose and exhaling through your nose. Relax your face and relax your shoulders, your neck. Notice your breath. Notice what it feels like to focus on your breath. And then slowly open your eyes. Ooh. Got my singing bowl here. I don't know. Needed a longer moment there this week. So it's September and it's New Moon week. And if you have been following along this year, I did a whole podcast on new moon versus full moon and all of that. Please go back and listen. But first I'm going to tell you about the new moon this week because I'm a new moon kind of girl. Love it. But I just, recently have been thinking about how life can certainly, if you might be someone finding yourself in a cycle of not a whole lot's going on, right? Maybe it's the routine of life and it's the same thing day in, day out. From the inside looking outward at other people in your life, it may seem like, oh, everybody else's life has got a lot going on and maybe you're in a time of incubation, Look at it like that. But what I wanted to say is try something, and it's try to say yes more often. And write this down because how often do you say yes? Are you a yes person or are you a no person? And what I want to say is this means when opportunities come to you, do you lean towards one or the other more often? And if so, are you leaning in to please others? Are you leaning in towards yes because it's something that lights you up and you're excited about? Are you leaning in because you have a sense of responsibility? And then on the other hand, if you say no a lot, journal about that. Is it due to fear? Is it due to lack of time? You're schedule is just too jam-packed? Are you saying no because you just have, too much on your plate? Your responsibilities are just weighing you down and you can't possibly say yes. So it's something to pay attention to, because I noticed that, I've had times in my life where I consciously was aware that I was in a cycle of incubation. What I mean by that is like in the cocoon, like a butterfly, working on myself, personal development, personal growth, releasing, past pain, old energy, negative thought patterns, fear, right? I knew consciously was the cycle I was in. And, but there were times where, life was quiet. And for some people, there was something was it a podcast or a blog I read? I think it was a blog I read, and I love this. And I wish I knew who said it. And I apologize if you're out there and happen to be listening, but it was written, or I heard, a bored woman is a dangerous thing. Boom, right? How did that hit you? When I read that, I was like, oh, that's good. Because when we have idle time, for some people, this isn't good. And I'm not referring to, I'm not saying that having a jam-packed schedule and living with a monkey mind and not being able to be still and be in solitude is healthy either. But I find striking a balance, between saying yes and saying no, and having life be quiet and having life be busy is key. It's where it's at. I believe it is the sparkle that we all need in life. I find I feel my best when I'm in balance with that. I feel my healthiest. I feel rested. But I certainly look back on that time that was quiet, and I said no a lot. I wasn't interested in being around a lot of people. I didn't want to socialize a lot. That's just where I was at. And then as I progressed and was growing and learning and releasing and clearing, energetically, and really feeling like I was in a really good place, that's when you're like, okay, I'm going to start saying yes. Like you have to remember we are co-creators, and the universe is not sitting on the couch with us. The universe is moving and flowing, and the universe is frequency, and your angels and your guides, and, nothing's a secret to God that's happening to you in your life, but it's a flow. It's fluid. And if we're stagnant and we're in the same place and we are saying no, it is going to be a hamster wheel, right? It is going to be the same thing day in, day out. And you will find yourself feeling stuck. You will find yourself feeling frustrated or bored, right? And that's not healthy for everybody. Too much time on one's hands, what's that saying? An idle mind reeks, I forgot the saying, you guys. My mind went blank. But I know there's a saying about having an idle mind, generates negative thoughts. It can be bad. And I'm not referring to the healthy benefit of sitting in solitude with the breath, and of course your yoga and controlled breathing patterns and sound healing and meditation and taking time to be still and just simply breathe like we did for just a moment, right? When we first started. Was that challenging for you? Ask yourself these questions. Am I uncomfortable in stillness? Or have I become too comfortable with things being still and quiet, am I safe there? Is that where I'm safe? Right. You might be someone who's kind of keeping yourself at an arm's length from life. And if that's where you're at, it's okay to acknowledge that and be okay that that's where I'm at. But no, the universe, God, your angels, you're going to get nudged. You're going to get pushed. You're going to get opportunities that are going to present themselves to you. And it's an offering. It's an offering that says, okay, now are you ready? Now are you ready? You ready to say yes? And what I'm going to tell you is, from diving like deep into energy work and diving into, honestly, astrology, my natal birth chart and a little bit of human design, I'm still learning that. I will share with you. The deeper I dive into that is understanding that, what yes feels like to you and what a no is to you, right? Like I know what a yes feels like in my body. So in your body, it should be like expansive and open, right? And kind of light you up. And the no is like, hand up, tight in the stomach, probably tight in the shoulders, maybe even tight in the jaw. Tune into your body, right? Because the body keeps score. And that's a book, by the way. The body tells you what's going on. The body tells you what's going on. And in the episode, last week's episode, I think it was, I spoke about the body and tuning into the body and developing your relationship with your body. It's really is probably the number one tool that's going to help you understand, are you coming from a place of love and openness, or are you coming from a place of fear and feeling like you want to stay in the cocoon? So just food for thought this week. I don't know. It's been going on, and I just know my life has changed and transformed, and it's just so beautiful but it started from a place of feeling open and feeling ready to say yes more to life, And then when you say yes to life, life is going to say yes to you and continue to bring you opportunities, friendships, relationships that are in alignment with your feel good energy because you got there, right? Yeah. So, okay. Food for thought. Write something down, that spoke to you. Let me know. Okay. New moon this week in Virgo. So hello, Virgos. We're feeling it this week. And I'm going to explain to you, Virgo is an earth sign. And Virgo can be perfectionist, all about getting organized, self-improvement, really fine-tuning how we take care of ourselves. And especially this week, the new moon in Virgo. So Virgo rules the sixth house in astrology. And the sixth house holds the energy of our daily wellness routines, our daily self-care practices, our health. How do we take care of ourselves every single day, physically and spiritually? So this is really, this new moon's kind of asking us, to revisit how we take care of ourselves physically, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, how are our self-care practices, doing? What is working for you? So maybe write that down. What self-care practice is working for me and what is not working for me? And it's about really getting honest, if you've maybe, slacked off, if it's been, maybe you've had a rough month or a few weeks, or, you haven't really stayed committed to your healthy eating, or, you backed off of your exercise program, whatever it is, just, write it down, be honest. And then allow this new moon. Remember, it's the cosmic clean slate. The moon, you can't see the moon, right? It's the cosmic clean slate where you have this clean plate in front of you and you get to renew those intentions of how you want to go forward in this next season. What are some new self-care practices you can begin? What are some new routines you can stay committed to? What's what's a program, you can sign up for? What's something that speaks to you that you will stay committed to, And it really is a time also, since Virgos can tend to be perfectionists. They really need things to be right, or they're not right in their head. Virgos are just getting to be nervous Nellies, when things aren't right. Kind of obsessive thinking. A lot of Virgos tend to suffer from insomnia. So it really also a time to pay attention to that of what are the self-critical thoughts that you're holding, and how can you work with that on replacing them with a positive mantra, with a positive mindset, a positive thought pattern, say something nice to yourself every morning when you look in the mirror, So really a beautiful time to sit and have your new moon ritual or your new moon meditation. You can meditate with me on Insight Timer. It's always a beautiful time to start a meditation practice, even if it's 3 to 5 minutes, and then go up from there. Listen to my podcast on the solfeggio frequencies. There's a lot you can work on there. But I really just love keeping a new moon ritual simple. I love to do a little yoga, meditation, and then I have my journal out. I light a new moon candle. I usually pick a card. I'm an oracle card junkie. And yes, I'm going to do an episode on that, because I really feel like, honestly, a lot of people, a lot of my friends, I feel are totally interested in that, but nobody really wants to talk about it, because it's like, ooh, is that too like out there and woo woo? But I look at it like I consider myself, I love to write, and I understand journaling as a mind, body, spirit activity. It's really a therapeutic practice. All of my journalers out there, it's so therapeutic to write. And so oracle decks are something that the author, was used as the vessel, I believe, for the universal energy, right? For a higher power to flow through and deliver messages. Remember, we have a physical body, but spirit, God, the universe, creator, source, whatever your label is that resonates with you, needs a vessel to kind of show up, right? That's what signs are, right? The universe speaks to you in a certain way, right? You notice. For me, it's like license plates and other ways. And some people see feathers or coins or, but oracle decks are a form of communication and receiving not only positive energy, just something positive for you to read every day, which is why I created the Sprinkles of Spirit card deck. It has an affirmation for you to fill your brain with a higher thought. But yes, you can receive messages that are meant for you, divine direction. So anyway, I kind of went on a tangent on that, but so the new moon, that's my little ritual. I meditate, I do my yoga, I journal, I pick a card, and then I write what my intention is, and it's beautiful to go back when the year is over and then look at and see, how did the year flow? How fluid was I? Okay. So happy new moon. I love it. Happy new moon Virgos out there. So, okay. What is your message this week? Your Sprinkles of Spirit message is take action steps toward your dreams. Ooh, I like it. Take action steps toward your dreams. I manifest my dreams and goals by taking divinely guided action steps today. And how cool. I just explained, we have to be open. We have to be fluid. If you're closed off, you're not really going to receive that divine guidance. So this is a message definitely for someone who's listening. Take action. Participate in life, co-create. We're not doing it on our own, right? We have support, but there's an action step that must be taken towards your goal, towards your dream, in order to get things moving along. So yeah, That's your sign. Go for it. Go for it this week. Take some action steps. So let me know what they were. So thank you always. Thank you so much for tuning in. Give me a follow, a shout out on Instagram. Take a yoga class with me on YouTube. And until next time, have a beautiful week. Namaste.